in this video we're going to be talking about these, the Saucony Guide 16. To a beautiful spring day. It's lovely out there. Now I try and film these in front of the window. We get the natural light coming in. It's really bright today, which is awesome. Don't know how it's going to come out on camera, but it's lovely sitting out there and looking out. It is a beautiful spring day today. Now you're not probably really interested in that because you're probably really interested in these, the new Saucony Guide 16. So let's get into the stats and features before we get into how I found the shoe. Right, so disclaimer time, the shoe was sent to me by the guys at Saucony. Thanks very much to the guys at Saucony for the purpose of review. I'm not getting paid for this review. I'm getting compensated by the shoes being sent to me for purpose of review, but obviously I'm getting the shoes for free, but I've not got a script. I'm not being told to say nice things, all that kind of stuff. But most importantly, I'm not getting paid for this review. Right, okay, with that out of the way, let's do stats and features of the new Guide 16 and then let's sort of get into how I found it over these initial runs. Okay team, so Guide 16, very similar to Guide 15, which is not a bad thing. We've got an updated upper and an updated insole. I'll come on to that. We've still got 35mm in the heel. We've still got the Holotech technology. I'll come on to that. We've still got Power Run midsole. We are weighing in at 284 grams and it's £130 here in the UK. The outsole still remains the same as well. And I think that's probably about it in terms of stats and features. Okay, so I think the biggest change to the shoe is the upper, and it just feels softer, more forgiving, and just a nicer place to be. Now they've combined that with this Power Run Plus insole. Let me get it out. Come on, you. So we've got the Power Run Plus midsole in the shoe. Midsole, did I say? I mean insole. So we've got the insole of the Power Run Plus. So what that's creating with the new upper is a very, very lovely step-in feel. Now for me, the Guide 15 was one of the best stability shoes of last year, and I'm really glad that they've not mucked about with it for the version 16. I mean, why would you, right? The guidance that you get from the Holotech still works very, very well. It's not been changed in any way, so it's not... think of a medial post. It's not as heavy duty as a medial post. You get this like frame that runs through on the medial side, but it's not like a big posting to add the stability. We've also got these higher sidewalls, especially down the medial side. If you look versus the lateral side, it's definitely higher as well. So they've included that on both shoes. I'm talking about the 15 as well, but that just adds that stability that you require. The overall sort of fit and feel of the shoe is great. It's still true to size. We've got obviously this amazing lockdown feel between these two. What would you call them? Should we call them belt buckles like that? And then you just lock them down over the midfoot. It just feels great. But as I said, the update to the upper is so welcome, because it just adds that, as I said, that comfort feel to the shoe. The Power Run midsole is still the same as it was. The ride's great, does exactly what you want from a daily stability shoe. The outsole's still probably the only thing that lets it down. These outsoles from Saucony are probably the biggest letdown. It's a real shame that they've not done anything in terms of updating these. They're not terrible, but they are in greasy conditions, a little bit slippery, so it is something to be aware of. But I wouldn't let that put you off this shoe, because the Guide shoe 15, 16, whichever, it is just a good daily stability shoe, and that's what you want. It does everything very, very well. You can do all your daily miles in it. You can, because of the lightness of what I say, it was 284 grams. You can, do some of the faster stuff in it. You can go a little bit longer in it, and at £130, I think it offers great value. Now, the only shoe for me that's sort of getting near it at the moment is the Mizuno Wave Inspire 19, but I've not done enough miles in that yet to comment completely on it. But I would say in terms of comfort, that's feeling similar. but I think that's going in a different direction, so wait for that video when that comes out. But it's just first impressions. But I don't know whether I need to do a first impressions of this, because they've not really changed it up a hell of a lot, but the additions that they've made to the shoeing with the upper and the insole and things like that have just improved it. Now, the reason this is a first impressions is because I've done limited miles in them. I'm not anywhere near 50 miles, so that's why I try and do a first impressions video before we get further along the line with the performance stuff. But this just takes off from where the 15 was, and they've improved it. And what I like is the fact that they've kept it at £130. So for me, the Guide 1516 remains probably one of the best stability shoes out there. In terms of daily miles. If you are a stability shoe wearer, I really think you should be looking at the Guide series, let's call it. It just, as I said, offers that comfort and just bread and butter daily trainer-ness in a stability shoe. So there we go, guys. That's my first impressions of the 16, although it's very similar to the 15. But we will come back. We will carry on, obviously, putting miles in them, and then we'll report back and do a performance review. But at the moment, as I said, it just picks off from where the 15 was. It's a great, great daily stability shoe, and I think it's hard to beat. I really do.